Finally, it's not just a scene out of Call of Duty anymore. The US Army is putting a 6-barreled minigun on an M1 Abrams tank. And yes, it's as insane and powerful as it sounds. When you see an Abrams thundering downrange, its 120mm main gun is the star of the show. But now, imagine coupling that steel Leviathan with a rotary machine gun that spits 7.62mm rounds at up to 6,000 rounds per minute. That's not just firepower, it's dominance redefined. And it might just be a glimpse into the future of close-quarters armored warfare. Recently, the 1st Armored Brigade Combat Team, 1st Armored Division, stationed at Fort Bliss, Texas, quietly released images that lit up the defense world. There, in live-fire testing, an Abrams tank was seen with something few ever imagined would be real: a 7.62 by 51mm M134 minigun mounted in place of the traditional M240 machine gun near the loader's hatch, the same minigun we associate with helicopters and gunships, now bolted onto one of the most formidable land vehicles in history. This isn't just about adding another weapon. It's about transforming the Abrams into a multi-dimensional threat in complex terrain, especially tight urban zones where maneuvering is restricted, threats can pop up from every direction, and drones haunt the skies like vultures. The Army's term for these environments is complex terrain, and that's exactly where the M134 could shine. You see, both the M240 and the M134 fire the same NATO standard 7.62mm round, but the similarities end there. The M240 delivers a respectable 650 to 750 rounds per minute, but the M134, with its 6-barrel electrically driven Gatling line, it can unleash an apocalyptic 6,000 rounds per minute. That's 10 times the rate of fire. That's suppression on demand. That's breaking up ambushes, sweeping alleyways, and dominating threat zones before the enemy even knows what hit them. The installation tested at Fort Bliss included a 3,000-round drum and a Trigicon MGRS optical sight, gear that enhances aiming without requiring magnification, perfect for fast, reactive shooting and close engagements. It's worth noting that the gun in this configuration still requires manual operation, exposing the soldier operating it to potential enemy fire, a tactical vulnerability. But let's be honest, this is the early testing phase. In my view, and based on broader trends across Army modernization, a remotely operated mount is inevitable. That would allow full operation from within the armored safety of the tank while preserving crew survivability, while maintaining battlefield awareness. Think about it. Drone threats are everywhere now. From the battlefields of Ukraine to the deserts of the Middle East, we've seen how cheap, nimble drones can wreak havoc on armor. Traditional machine guns have a hard time keeping up with fast-moving, low-profile drones. A minigun, with its high rate of fire and rapid target engagement capability, might just be the countermeasure that armored units have been searching for. Of course, it's not all upside. The minigun's legendary hunger for ammunition is a logistical consideration. A 3,000-round drum lasts just 1 minute at full throttle. That's a lot of weight, a lot of space, and a lot of resupply planning. Fire too fast, and you're empty. Fire too slow, and you lose the edge over conventional MGs. It's a balancing act, but on a platform like the Abrams, which already carries multiple weapon systems, has ample storage space, and is often supported by a logistics tail, this becomes manageable. Looking ahead, integrating this kind of firepower isn't just a cool concept, it's a tactical necessity. As warfare shifts towards megacities, tunnels, and dense vertical battlescapes, the traditional tank doctrine of long-range duels in open terrain is being rewritten. Future armor must be flexible, multi-role, and capable of addressing asymmetric threats, including those from above. This is where the minigun fits into the evolving doctrine, offering high-volume fire to clear buildings, suppress snipers, neutralize infantry threats, and critically, engage aerial targets like drones and loitering munitions. This isn't the first time the minigun has been mounted on ground vehicles. Special operations units have experimented with them for years, especially on MRAPs and technicals. But seeing one on a frontline Abrams shows that what was once experimental is now under serious consideration for regular Army use. It's an acknowledgement that the battlefield is changing and that the tools we equipped our armor with must evolve too. Critics will say it's overkill, that it's a gimmick, but tell that to a tank crew boxed into an urban kill zone with RPGs flying from windows, drones buzzing overhead, and enemy infantry maneuvering just beyond line of sight. In those scenarios, overwhelming firepower isn't just helpful, it's survival. And this isn't happening in a vacuum. The Army's broader Abrams modernization efforts, like the SEP V3 and upcoming SEP V4 packages, are incorporating more modular systems, better electronic warfare tools, and smarter optics. Adding a high rate of fire weapon like the minigun complements those advancements. If integrated with automated threat detection systems and remote weapon stations, the Abrams of tomorrow won't just be a beast, it'll be a smart, connected, autonomous kill box on tracks. So what we're seeing at Fort Bliss might be the start of something far bigger, a subtle, almost quiet revolution in armored warfare. And while it might have started with a few Instagram photos, the implications echo loudly across the future of US ground combat. The minigun on an Abrams tank might look like a video game fantasy, but in the age of drones, megacities, and unpredictable battlefronts, it might just be exactly what we need.